here with Mati Shoshani. Behind me, you can see the smoke coming all around the area of Jerusalem. And we are bringing you an emergency live broadcast from the Jerusalem hills, where boots on the ground coming to you live from the area of Jerusalem. Today is Israel's Memorial Day for fallen soldiers. And in just a few hours, Independence Day, the Independence Day celebrations for the Jewish state was supposed to begin. But an unexpected weather front and powerful winds in the Jerusalem hills have ignited huge wildfires that are now raging. Mati, what do you see from your area?
Well, if you can see the background behind.
Mati just got disconnected, but the situation now in this day, just a few hours ago, fires broke out in the area surrounding Jerusalem. I was driving back home, and Road 1, the major road connecting Jerusalem to Tel Aviv, was closed, and the fire continues to rage. Large winds are basically enforcing the flames and sending them to different directions, making it very hard for the firefighting teams to respond. And as of now, Israel requested international support of firefighting planes from Greece, from Italy, from Cyprus. And these countries have agreed to send in these supports, these planes, into Israel to assist in these flames. But the bureaucratic procedure of getting the planes here will take a few extra hours. And at the moment, this is time that we do not have to battle, because once it becomes dark, then the firefighting planes cannot operate in order to deal with all these flames. So at the moment, Israel and all the emergency teams of this country are on the ground, near the roads, near communities in Israel, in order to prevent the fire from spreading. And the major goal is to save lives in Israel because of these flames. And needless to say, all the celebrations for the Independence Day of the State of Israel have been canceled, because all the security teams in this land are now focusing on fighting these flames, evacuating cities of Israelis, making sure that the flames do not harm and basically burn houses and roads that have Israelis in them. This is the situation that we are dealing with now. The entire country is on the highest level of alert in order to deal with the situation. And we are currently facing a very, very tough 24 to even 48 hours of flames that will be reinforced by strong winds that are expected to change the directions, meaning that the flames will go to other directions that they've went so far until now. Mati, are you with us? Can you hear us?
I hope so. I hope so. I hope I'm with you. Look, this is an insane day over here. One, I don't know if you can see behind me, the view is completely obscured by smoke. As we're talking here, there's ash coming out of the sky, falling over. I'm on the second story of my house. Ash is coming out of the sky, falling on it. On our way home today, you can see countless people sort of escaping the fires. In my community, yours too, we're isolated out in the Judean hills. Our firefighting teams are already out and about, preparing to fight and combat the fires, spreading the hoses, soaking the ground, everything that can be done to prevent it. Some of the imagery that's coming out, we're talking a 3-minute drive from where I'm standing right now, just minutes away from where I'm standing. There were people that had to abandon their cars, get on the back of motorcycles, get on the back of pickup trucks to escape the flames and get out of the area. Very, very dramatic fires. And I want to add one more thing here. Multiple fires have been started by people since these fires started. If you're following social media in Arabic, countless calls to Hamas operatives and members and supporters to go out and burn the Zionist people. Those are the language that they're using. And I'm not saying this lightly, and I'm not saying this to be a fearmonger. This is what's happening. Not the first time, not the second time, not the third time that it's happening. And even in our area, between where Yair is standing and I'm standing right now, there have been people that have been arrested now in the last hours for starting fires. So that's called arson, and it's also called what we call terrorism. People who are trying to burn down the very country that we live in. Very, very dramatic turn of events as we're standing here on the eve of Independence Day and the outgoing day of Memorial Day. A dramatic day, an important day, and these fires are just testament to the reality that we live in this part of the world.
Yeah, definitely, Matti, and thank you for saying that. We're going to give you updates on the situation, and if this is the first time that you watch Matti or myself, we are part of TBN Israel. This is our channel. We give daily news updates from Israel on the war and every security situation, so that you will know how to pray for the peace of Jerusalem. So if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button, share this video, and most importantly, pray for the peace of Jerusalem. So guys, again, for those of you who just joined us, the Jerusalem area and the entire country of Israel is basically burning with forest fires because the air is very dry at this moment, backed with some very strong summer winds that cause the fires to expand to multiple areas. Road 1, which is the main road between Tel Aviv and Jerusalem, is shut down because of the flames. We have images of cars that are driving next to huge fires. Matti and I were able to get to our houses just before the road was completely closed. Above me, you can hear a helicopter that is also flying here. All the security personnel in Israel, from firefighting teams to police to border police, are on high alert. This is not just a fire situation. This has already become also a security threat for the people and for the state of Israel, because the Palestinian media reports and social media in the Palestinian Arab world in Israel are calling on Palestinians to create more fires, to use these flames and this weather condition to carry out attacks, to burn more areas as part of arson against the Jewish state, especially on this day, on the Independence Day of Israel. The Palestinian social media are calling on more people to burn more forests, to create more security threats, and basically are inciting for violence against Israel. So on top of the firefighting teams that are trying to deal with the flames, there is the security situation that Israel is on high alert now. Just between the house of Matti and myself, which is around 20 minutes or 10 minutes drive, there were multiple arrests of young Palestinians that were attempting to burn more forests in this area. And the situation can escalate very quickly into something that we haven't seen in recent days and in recent months especially. And all celebrations of the Independence Day of Israel, which is the biggest celebration of the country, have been canceled, and everybody is dealing with the flames and with the fire.
Let me just comment. Can you hear me?
Yes.
We've been praying over here for the rain to come down because the rain is what we need to stop some of these fires. I don't know if you can see what's going on over here. The wind just shifted as we were here. I was just posting about this like 20 minutes ago, and the rain started coming down. Everything here is covered in this ash mud coming out of the sky, but the weather is finally changing. And I think this is a good time. Anyone who's watching this, I'm going to hold on to my camera over here so it doesn't blow away. Anyone who's watching this, now is a time to pray for the people of Israel. It's a day of celebration, a day of memorial that we're sort of exiting. And now is the time to pray for the protection of the people of Israel, for the fires to be put out in this country, for all the first responders and firefighting teams that are out. And we're talking in the thousands and thousands of people right now to just have wisdom to put out all these fires. The rain is coming, but we need a lot more of it. There's fires. It's hard to comprehend the scale of what's going on around us. We're talking of kilometers or miles on miles of of stretches of road that are just engulfed in flames, homes of friends of ours and communities down the road from where I'm standing that have been evacuated with their families. Just a lot going on. And this is the time to stand with Israel in prayer and also to just understand the reality that we're living in, not only the natural aspect of it, but the supernatural aspect. The fact that our enemies who live within our country are willing to burn down this country as we sit in it during these fires. This is not drama, and this is not an exaggeration. This is what's happening right now. As Yair mentioned previously, people have been arrested already for arson. People have been caught. There's these little small fires that are starting in areas that didn't have a fire before it. A really dramatic day over here. A little rain came down. It sort of settled some of the wind, but the firefighting continues. If you guys can't see it, log into any Israeli news site. TBN Israel is the first one of them to see images and video footage of what's happening in our region. And if you look behind me and Yair, that isn't clouds. That is smoke. Everywhere you look, smoke. And Yair and I are miles apart, looking in different directions. And we're engulfed in smoke, engulfed in ashes flying through the air. Just an enormous scale of a fire taking place right now.
Yes, definitely, Mati. And guys, I mean, thank you so much for the prayers and for the support. And as these fires are burning the Israeli forests, TBN Israel is actually in the middle of a campaign to rebuild Israeli forests that were affected by Hezbollah missiles, by Hamas missiles that burnt more than 57,000 acres of land in Israel. So we wanted to actually cancel this campaign, to end this campaign about 2 weeks ago, but we decided to keep it going, and maybe this is the reason. So many fires are burning forests in Israel now. And guys, if you want to support our work at TBN Israel and also donate to planting new forests in the land of Israel, please go to tbn.org/rebuild Israel. I think the link is on the screen, and you can help and join the campaign to rebuild Israel after almost 2 years of fighting. Many forests have been burnt by Hamas, by Hezbollah, and also now by these forests, by these fires. And
local
sadly,
terrorists,
the terrorists, the terrorism in Judea and Samaria and all this area in Israel, they are using these flames and burning more forests all across the country of Israel. This is not just random fires, but the weather situation made it very easy for the fire to rage more and more, and it's very hard to control it now. Okay, so Mati, as of now, unfortunately, the blaze is not under control. There are 7 active focal points. The fire on Highway 1 is out of control. This is the main highway between Jerusalem and Tel Aviv. 119 firefighting teams are operating in the area. Israel has requested international assistance, and the fires are raging. Thick smoke, roads closed, residents fleeing their cars, and the fire keeps spreading. The blazes began while Israel is commemorating its fallen and terror victims. This is the Memorial Day of Israel, and the IDF soldiers continue fighting on 4 fronts. Today, the soldiers are still fighting in the Gaza Strip, in Syria, in Lebanon, in Judea and Samaria, and under fire. And amidst the battles, the fighters marked the Memorial Day with moving ceremonies, remembrance gathering, and memorial corners all across the country. The forces embraced the bereaved families of those who lost their lives, and clarified that the fighting continues in light, in the spirit of the fallen soldiers who gave their lives defending the country of Israel. So because of the fires, the vast majority of this evening's Independence Day events, guys, you need to understand that in Israel, we have the Memorial Day, and immediately when it ends, you have the Independence Day. Everything is connected. We will not have independence without the sacrifice of our soldiers defending us, defending this country. That's why Memorial Day is connected with the Independence Day in Israel. And this year's Independence Day events will be canceled because of the flames. The extreme weather, which already led to the cancellation of the torch lighting ceremony, the national ceremony, and the giant fires have brought a long list of cancellations across Israel, not just in the Jerusalem area. So let's dive into the details of what's happening now. Guys, I don't know if you can see it, but it just started raining. So thank you so much for your prayers. And we really need this rain in order to help us fight the flames. It's just amazing to see that it's just starting raining, but I think we need a lot more rain in order to fight these flames that are raging all across Israel. So this is an emergency live about what's happening right now in the hills of Jerusalem and all across Israel. This is day 573 of the war with Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, the Iraqi militias, and all the terror groups in Judea and Samaria, in Gaza, and in this region. And now also the flames that are sweeping the Jerusalem hills. I'm Yair Pinto with Shoshani, and this is another report live of Boots on the Ground.
Are we back, Yair? I lost you for a second over there.
Yes, yeah, you are back. Yes, Mati.
I lost you. You lost me. Over here, situation remains the same. We're still engulfed in smoke. I'm to the west of Jerusalem, catching up on everything that's been happening in all the Telegram groups around us. Intense. We have multiple families of friends that have been evacuated from their communities, multiple communities in radiuses of kilometers that have been evacuated. And I want to take this to a political place. I think we want, we look at this as a natural disaster. Look, where I'm standing, where Yair is standing several kilometers away, the forest in both directions, that direction, have been intentionally set on fire repeatedly in the last 10 years. They've been so by Palestinian terrorists who are here to try to destroy the nation that we live in. This is not my opinion. These are people that have been imprisoned for these crimes time and time again. And the same has happened today. This is a political moment. This is not a accidental date in which this is happening. It's possible that the fire started by natural causes, but we don't know yet. I'd honestly be surprised if that was the case. Today's a highly symbolic day, both celebrating our independence and on the back end. It ended at 10 a.m. Today, the tail end of Memorial Day, and a very large series of fires are all targeted at destroying this beautiful nation that we live in. When you ask yourself the question of what can you do for the people of Israel, this is the campaign that we've been running for several months now, rebuilding the land of Israel. Our enemies, they desire to do one thing, which is to bring death and destruction to this land. They want to burn the soil, they want to burn the people, they want to harm what God is trying to do here. And we want to stand against that. We want to show people that you guys around the world are here standing with us, supporting us, praying for Israel, donating to Israel to build this country even more beautiful than it was before. And I am blessed by what we've seen so far, time and time again. I think we've been blown away by the response, and we're expecting to see more of that. So pause this for just a second, make a donation, share, like, subscribe, because we want to keep coming to you with the news and the truth of what's happening in Israel. This isn't political. This is God's plan. This isn't an accidental event. This is humans trying to intervene in what God is doing in this nation. And we should be celebrating today, celebrating yet another year of independence, another year of freedom, another year of victory, and another year of God's faithfulness to the people of Israel, demonstrated by the supernatural occurrence that is called the State of Israel. That's where we're standing today. And let's not let these fires discourage us or change our opinion or understanding of where we are right now. This is a unique time we're living in. Think about the fires around us. Yeah, we've been talking about this for months. Israel was surrounded by a ring of fire. Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, the Syrians, all our enemies, for the most part, have been or completely vanquished or dramatically reduced. And even now, Hamas and their operatives are trying to destroy the joy of the day that we're in this country. But we're not going to let them do that. We're sitting here or standing here today with you guys. We see the support coming through, all the messages of support from all around the world, and it fills our hearts with joy and happiness. And guys, if you feel inclined, you should feel inclined, make a small donation, help rebuild the land of Israel. We've been running a campaign to plant trees in Israel. And as this country burns and fires rage around us, now is the time to rebuild. Now is the time to replant. Now is the time to make Israel beautiful, green, flourishing once more as it is intended to be.
Yeah, definitely, Monty. And I like that that fact that I'm still planning to celebrate this year's Independence Day. And
Absolutely.
We will win these fires. We will win these terrorists that are trying to use every opportunity to try and destroy the people of Israel. And It's sad, I just remember this is the second time that I'm coming back to Israel and something crazy like this is happening. Last time it was
You shouldn't leave,
the
Yair.
Iranian ballistic missile attack that happened just a few days after I landed from the United States, and now I just landed this morning, and again the fires. But I guess this is where I'm supposed to be, with you here in the country, to share what is happening with our viewers, with everybody who wants to know the truth of what's happening in Israel. This is what we do at TBN Israel. We share the situation, and we encourage you to pray for the peace of Jerusalem. So let me just recap what happened. An unusual fire broke out this morning on Wednesday in the Jerusalem hills. Large ground and air forces were rushed to the area to fight the blaze, protect lives, and also to halt the flames. And by noon, the fire on Highway 1, which is the main highway between Jerusalem and Tel Aviv, was raging and uncontrolled. People abandoned their vehicles and just ran away from the flames. Israel asked for international aid to control the fires, and they approached Greece, Croatia, Bulgaria, Italy, and Cyprus. 7 people were injured from the fire, and they arrived to a medical center in Israel. 6 were in mild condition and 1 moderately hurt. So because of the intensity of the fire and the wind direction, 6 active fire centers are now burning in the Jerusalem Hills area. So, and against the background of the Independence Day events tonight, the National Security Minister, Itamar Ben-Gvir, and the Fire and Rescue Commissioner, Inspector General Eyal Kaspi, instructed all event organizers requiring fire services presence to cancel the events, which basically means that almost all the events in Israel will be canceled. The decision is meant to free crews to deal with the blazes, reinforce the Jerusalem district and any other places in Israel that are dealing with fires, and also to prepare for the worsening weather conditions. According to the weather reports, the winds are supposed to intensify overnight and change their direction, which can make the situation even worse if the fires will start going to a different route. So the Chief of Staff ordered the Home Front Command and the Air Force and all IDF units to assist the police and the fire and rescue teams in handling the fires. Rescue units of the Search and Rescue Brigade, together with the Home Front Command, fire crews, ground teams, and Air Force, together with fire trucks and aircrafts providing an aerial picture, have been helping for hours in extinguishing the fires and evacuating the residents. All forces are cooperating with Israeli police and with the fire and rescue teams. And as part of the IDF's activities, Unit 669 is conducting searches in the area and is on a standby to rescue trapped persons and provide immediate medical treatment. This is an elite unit of the IDF that is specializing in search and rescue from very, very extreme locations. And Ayasur helicopter with 669 teams patrols over the fire sites, and Tzofit recon plane also maps the fire lanes. Within an hour and a half, Karnaf, which is a Super Hercules airplane, will be converted for firefighting uses and make its way to the first area of the flames. Most of the Air Force fire trucks are operating in the fire sector in the Jerusalem area, and an IDF statement said that technology and the logistics directorate supplied water tankers for the teams and emerging and engineering tools. All the IDF forces are rescuing and aiding the civilians. Mati, any updates from you?
Yeah, interesting. We were just talking about this a second ago, how this is probably politically motivated and arson most likely, and not natural causes. I'm just looking. There's an official statements now by Israeli police stating that at least 3 individuals have already been arrested. I've heard that it's more than that, but the official number now is 3 for starting fires in the Jerusalem area. So again, it's Independence Day. We're coming off Memorial Day. These fires are no coincidence. They are arson of God in this region, and the fact that the Israeli people have been innovative and creative and inspired by this land that we live in to really rebuild it and do something unique in this place. And this is the news. At least 3 arsonists already arrested. I think more arrests are coming. People that are, and let's just be clear, we don't need to be PC about this. They're not Jews. They're Palestinian terrorists who are trying to destroy the land that we live in. They were arrested for arson. Arson trying to destroy the very land that we live in. And that's the difference. There's one force in this country that wants to bring life, build it up and create something of beauty. And there's another force that resides within the borders of our country that is a force of destruction, of death, and of doom. And that's the force of radical Islam and the hatred that it carries with it. So again, here's a time and another opportunity. We've had many of these in the last year and a half to stand up for what's right, stand up with the people of Israel, share what's going on now, share the fact that this is arson and not a natural disaster. This isn't because of the ineptness of anyone. This isn't because the fire department wasn't ready. It's because people were setting fire to forest on an incredibly hot and dry day. And they were doing so to destroy our country. And what you can do to help that, and what you can do to stop that, is make a donation to rebuild the land of Israel. Plant a tree where someone tried to burn it down. Plant a tree where someone tried to burn down a forest. Bring new life into this land that needs it so desperately. We've seen more than 18 months of warfare right now. And what this country needs is to be rebuilt. But we also need people to be aware of the truth of what's really happening. And that is that this is a religiously, politically motivated action that is meant to destroy what God has done in this land. And we want to stand up against it. We're strong people. We have a wonderful firefighting force that is well trained and well equipped. And yet you can't fight against an endless list of arsonists that are trying to destroy the country. So we need your support to help rebuild this country and keep sharing, keep telling people about the truth of what's happening here, which is that this is political. This is motivated by hatred against the people of Israel, trying to ruin a moment of celebration. So in all of that, and I say this openly, Yair, I want to celebrate today. We've made it another year. We're alive and we're well. After many, many countless days in reserves, in our country is celebrating. Our country is happy. And these fires will not stop us from continuing to celebrate. So like I said, several arsonists, 3 already arrested, apprehended by the Israeli police. Yeah. This is an official statement. So not we suspect, not we wonder. They've been arrested for arson. And I suspect there are more coming because there have been quite a few different focal points for this fire that are too far apart to be the same individuals carrying them out. What are you seeing, Yair?
Yeah, definitely. Just another update of the situation. So far, the fires are still expanding to more areas. 6 Israeli communities have been evacuated. 117 teams and planes are battling the flames. 22 Israelis were harmed lightly from inhaling the smokes. And the fire departing team saying that the conditions to ignite the flames are just going to get harder and harder. Got trapped inside Road 1 as they were trying to get home for the holiday celebrations of the Independence Day. The hospital, Karem Hospital, is releasing people that are receiving treatment, those that can be released, from fears that the flames will come close to the hospital. The hospital in Jerusalem, I think it's the biggest hospital in the Middle East, is also located in the Jerusalem forest. It's surrounded with trees all around it. So if the trees around the hospital will catch the fire, it will create a very, very serious situation. So basically, Israel is preparing, and there is actually good news. A super tanker, which is a huge firefighting plane, is set to arrive from Greece, and also Italy will send some assistance to battle the flames. But I believe that these helps from abroad will only arrive tomorrow or later this evening. This is the situation. Also, it's worth mentioning the Palestinian Authority offered to help Israel, but there's no response regarding what kind of help and what are they offering to do in this situation, Mati.
I saw that and I was wondering if I should comment on it or not. It's a little of a complicated situation. Are they allowed
Yeah,
to come into Israel, or are they possibly affiliated with Hamas?
yeah, it's very complicated. I don't think that will happen, but it's a good thing that at least they offered.
I
So
think this is enough for now, Yair. Let's wrap this up. We're in a unique situation right now. Fires that are apparently, this is the initial reports coming out, started by arson in the Jerusalem area on the main artery of this country, have stopped traffic, canceled out the events that are supposed to take place during the Independence Day celebrations later this evening here in Jerusalem. All of them apparently across the country are canceled because of the fires raging. I don't know if you can tell behind me, there is an intense windstorm, intense heat and dry weather, and the fires have been raging like nothing I've seen in many years in Israel. Apparently, there's arson behind it, and we just finished this entire report. If you're joining us now, make sure to like, to share, and to subscribe so you can never miss another news segment coming out of Israel. Stay up to date with the truth of what's happening in our country. And one more thing before we wrap this up, before Yair wraps this up, is that you can make a donation to rebuild the land of Israel. We've been running a campaign for a while, and you can make a donation to help rebuild, plant trees where our enemies try to destroy them, bring green and life back to where our enemies try to bring death, and rebuild the state of Israel. Now more than ever, after a year and a half of war, we need that show of support, that show of love, that show of kinsmanship that we've seen so many times during this war, standing together with the people of Israel. Yael, take us home.
yeah, definitely, Mati. But before we close, I just want to give you guys two updates on the situation in this war, because as we are fighting the flames, Israel is also fighting on 4 different fronts. So IDF forces carried out a warning action, and today, on Wednesday, struck a gathering of an extremist group preparing to continue attacks on the Druze population in the town of Es Khania. It is an area in Syria in the Damascus government. Israel simultaneously stated that it expects the Syrian regime to prevent harm to the Druze communities. And in a joint statement, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Defense Minister Israel Katz said, precisely on Memorial Day, when we honor the great contribution of the Druze community to Israel's security and remember the Druze fallen soldiers who gave their lives, we see great importance in fulfilling our commitment to the Druze community in Israel and protecting their brothers in Syria. They also added that Israel will not allow harm to the Druze in Syria out of deep commitment to our Druze brothers in Israel who have family and historical ties to their brothers in Syria. And earlier, Druze demonstrated near Akko and in Ramah protesting the massacre of Druze in Syria by the new Syrian regime. In addition, another update, Iran will discuss the nuclear issue with the E3 countries. Ready to negotiate? Iranian Foreign Minister Araghchi said that before resuming talks with the United States this coming weekend, Tehran representatives will meet with envoys from Britain, from France, and from Germany. So, once again, we call on all of you to help us seek the truth, share it, and most importantly, pray for the situation. One way that you can really help us share the truth is by clicking the subscribe button and helping us reach more people around the world with what is happening in Israel. And as Mati said, fires are burning all across Israel, and many of these fires are caused by arsons, basically by terrorists who want to burn down Israel. They want to burn what we built. This is a system that's always happening. There is the good in the world that tries to plant and build for the future, for the next generation, and there are the enemies that are trying to destroy. And I mean, from a biblical standpoint, makes a lot of sense. It's history repeating itself. God is doing something amazing. He brought the people of Israel back to Israel after 2,000 years of being scattered in the diaspora all around the world, brought the same people with the same language to the same country that he promised Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob more than 2,000 years ago. God did an amazing miracle just by recreating the state of Israel with the Jewish people inside it, and the enemy is trying to destroy God's faithfulness to the people and to the land of Israel. And, what I see from all of this is not the bad side of us being at war all the time. It just makes sense that God is have protected us, and will protect us in the future. And the bigger the dangers are, the bigger God's faithfulness and the bigger his miracle in saving us in the situation. He did this in this war when we fought against 7 fronts. Now we're fighting against 4. Now we have the fires, but we are still here, and we will celebrate Israel Independence Day. So guys, last time, if you guys want to support us in rebuilding the land of Israel, please visit tbn.org/rebuild Israel and join our Rebuild Israel campaign. Let's plant some trees together that will replace the trees that were burnt just today in Israel. And let's show the world and everybody that hope is stronger than fear, that good is better than bad, and that God is in control in every situation. So thank you so much, Mati.
Thank you, Yair. And God protect the people of Israel, and happy Independence Day to all of us.
Happy Independence Day, Mati. Hope you have some barbecues and some steak that you bought in advance before the roads are closed. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Thank you for all the prayers, for the support. Keep praying for the peace of Jerusalem.